plasmid vectors, which are useful to multiply a sector of the DNA from the genomic DNA. So these vectors are useful to clone the DNA fragment biological method. So the plasmids consisting of three important regions: origin for replication, ORI site, it is AT rich region, it is useful for the duplication of the ring chromosome. In addition, we can also see the second site, polycloning site or polyrestriction site, which is useful to incorporate the foreign DNA. The third site, which is there in the form of the selection site, where we can use the one of the gene, antibiotic resistant gene, amplicin, or tetracycline resistant gene. So either of these two genes we can incorporate after the transformation for the selection of the specific bacteria. In this, we can incorporate the foreign DNA by using the restriction enzymes. In case of the restriction enzymes, they can cleave the very specific sequence. In case of the EcoR1, where it is reads the sequence GAATTC like structures wherever it is there. So we can digest the genomic DNA as well as the plasmid DNA with EcoR1. We can get the cleaved sites. After that, we need to incorporate this genomic DNA in the polycloning site by using the ligase enzyme with ATP or NAD. So the ligase AMP phosphate will be formed. So it adds the phosphate group at the 5 ends of the phosphates. So because of that, it is high energy phosphate, and we can incorporate the foreign DNA by using this ligase AMP, and it forms the phosphodiester bond. So whenever we don't want to anneal the plasmid itself, we can also treat with alkaline phosphatase enzyme. It removes the phosphate groups at the 5 ends of the plasmid. So like this, we can check the not to self anneal the plasmid itself. So once the plasmid plus foreign DNA, that is what we can say that recombinant DNA molecule. So now this recombinant DNA molecule is ready to transport into bacteria. So we can do the transformation by using the calcium chloride certain heat at 42 degrees centigrade. After that, the plasmid vector will be transported into bacteria. Then we need to culture the bacteria, and we need to select the where the transformation is occurred. So with the help of the antibiotic resistant gene, wherever the transformation is occurred, we can select and we can clone this bacteria. So like this, we can also check whether the bacteria having recombinant DNA molecule or not. So in the polycloning site, we can also incorporate the LAGZ gene. Whenever the recombination occurs, the LAGZ gene will be replaced with the foreign DNA. So in the clone colonies, if we add the X-Gol compound, wherever the LAGZ gene is intact, the colony is becoming blue. Wherever the foreign DNA replaces the LAGZ gene, the colony is white. So like this, we can see one of the plasmid vector PBR32, and this is one of the vector which is having certain antibiotic resistance, and it is the constraint only 5 kb of the DNA we can incorporate, because the transformation will not be occur. So for that, we need to construct the other vectors in the form of the phage vectors, where in case of the phage vectors, we can incorporate up to 20 kb of the DNA. In the phage virus, there are two life cycles, like lytic and the lysogenic. So in case of the lysogenic, where it integrates with the genomic DNA of the bacteria which is not required, and we replace with the foreign DNA up to 20 kb. After that, we can transport this whatever the recombinant phage DNA molecule into head of the phage virus, with the help of the COS sites and the NU1 protein. After that, we can produce a recombinant DNA with a phage virus. In this case, the phage virus very systematically transport the viral DNA into the bacteria, and after that, when we place this viral particles on the E. coli, and it will be incorporated very easily. There is no any hitch regarding the transport of the DNA. Even there is a 20 kb of the foreign DNA is there. After that, this lysis of the bacteria will be takes place, and we can get so many cloned molecules. So like this, we can have the phage vectors, and in this case only up to 20 kb will incorporate. And in case of the cosmid vectors, only we can use the COS sites in the phage virus, and remaining region we can incorporate up to 40 to 45 kb of the DNA, and these COS sites are just useful to transport the recombinant DNA molecule into the phage head with the help of the NU1 proteins. So once it is incorporated, it can be transported and to the bacteria. So the cosmids, which are containing the COS sites in addition to plasmid sites, just like replication sites and the selection site, and whatever the foreign DNA we need to incorporate, it is there. So just COS sites are useful to transportation of the recombinant DNA molecule into the phage head. So the cosmids, which can useful to multiply the DNA up to 45 kb. In addition, we have the phagemids. So M13 virus, one of the virus which is having the single stranded DNA. So in this case, we can use the multiplication either single stranded DNA by using the phagemids. This DNA will replicate either phage mode or the plasmid mode based on the replication sites. So in this case, we can have the two types of the vectors, PUC118 and PUC117, plasmid for University of California. So in this phagemids M13 virus, which is having the plus strand DNA, and whenever it is duplicating, it synthesizes the one more strand. On that, it will be synthesizing the single stranded DNA. In this case, the lysis of the bacteria will not be takes place, and the viral particle will enter in tube-like structures and coming out from the tube-like structures. So like this, we have the phagemids, which are useful to synthesize the single stranded DNAs, and they are useful in case of the manipulation of the genes. In addition to this, we have the other vectors in the form of the bags and the PAGs. So the bags are the artificial chromosomes of the bacteria, or bacterial artificial chromosomes. Then they are containing the origin for replication from the F episomes. So in addition, we have the PAGs, and we have the P origin for replication from the viruses. And in case of the bags, we can incorporate, instead of just 40 kb, even we can incorporate the 150 kb of the DNA. And here the transformation is done by using the electrical shock. In this shock, we can get only few transformations. And also here we can have in the polycloning site one of the gene, that is the SACB2, which is useful to select the bacteria wherever the recombination is occur. If the SACB2 gene is intact, it converts the sucrose into Levin-sucrose. Because of that, it will be poisonous, and the bacteria won't be survive when the recombination is not occur. In the human genome, they used the vectors in the form of the bacterial artificial chromosomes. It is incorporating up to 150 kb. In addition to that, we have the yeast artificial chromosomes X. In this case, we can have the linear chromosomes, and we can incorporate up to 300 kb. but the mode of replication is somewhat not so perfect in case of the yeast artificial chromosome. Just like other vectors, we can incorporate in the yeast and here 300 kb. But overall vectors, we have the the vectors are different types we observed in the form of the plasmid vectors and phage vectors and cosmid vectors and in the form of the phage mids and bags and bags. All the vectors which are useful in different ways. The plasmid vectors which incorporate only up to 5 kb of the DNA, whereas phage vectors which can incorporate up to 20 kb of DNA, and cosmids which is a hybrid vector which is having both cos sites and the plasmid sites, we can incorporate up to 40 to 45 kb of the DNA. Whereas bags, which is one of the best vectors, where the human genome which is incorporated in the form of the DNA, genomic DNA libraries. So like this, we have the bags and eggs, all these vectors which are useful the cloning of the DNA molecules in biological methods. In addition to, we have the PCR where we can clone the DNA. Also, we can keep the vectors we can keep the entire genome in the vectors, that is known as the genomic DNA libraries. When we keep the only genes of our interest, that is known as the cDNA libraries. In this case, only whatever the mRNA is synthesized will be converted into the form of the DNA by using the reverse transcription enzyme RT-PCR, and we can convert in the form of the single stranded DNA into double stranded DNA, and we can incorporate into the different vectors, that is known as the cDNA libraries. And when we incorporate total genome of any organism, that is known as the genomic DNA libraries. So like this, vectors which are useful in cloning as well as to store the any genes, for example the BT gene or any other genes of our interest, we can use whenever we need to transport into our target organisms. Thank you.